friends. It's Bible story time, and I'm reading again from the Story for Children Storybook Bible, and chapter 26, The Hour of Darkness. He said, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup of suffering away from me. But do what you want, not what I want." Luke chapter 22, verse 42. Jesus' ministry had grown strong. His disciples loved him. The people adored him and gathered in crowds to hear him preach, but not everyone was a follower of Jesus. Some people were puzzled by what he said. The priests of the church were angry that he claimed to be the Son of God. The rulers of the government were suspicious of his talk about a kingdom. Jesus knew it was time for his ministry and his time on earth to be over. So our story is called The Last Supper. And this story can be found in Matthew 26, Mark 14, Luke 22, and John 13. As Jesus and his 12 disciples sat around the table to share the Passover meal, Jesus told his friends this would be their last meal together, and that a difficult time was coming. Then he took a loaf of bread, blessed it, tore it in pieces, and shared it with everyone at the table. Jesus told them that the bread was like his own body that would be given to them. "Eat this to remember me," he said. Jesus took a cup of wine, blessed it, and shared it with the disciples. "This cup of wine is a reminder of my promise to be your Savior," he said. That was the first communion. Then Jesus told them something that made them very sad. "One of you will turn against me and will give me to my enemies." "Is it me?" each one asked. "I would never do that," Peter protested. Jesus said, "Peter, I'm sorry to tell you that before morning you will deny you know me 3 times before the rooster crows." So there's Jesus. This Bible is really heavy, friends. There's Jesus right there, tearing the bread, and those are all his 12 disciples around him. They're having their last meal together. Next page. Later that night, Jesus walked to the Mount of Olives, where there was a peaceful garden. He knelt down and prayed to his Father in heaven. He asked God to give him the courage to face the troubles ahead. When his prayer time was over, Jesus rejoined the disciples. Suddenly, a crowd of angry men showed up: the high priests, temple police, and leaders. One of Jesus' disciples, Judas, was with them. He walked over to Jesus and kissed him. That was the signal to the leaders that Jesus was the one they wanted to arrest. Judas was the traitor. The temple police took Jesus away. The dark night and the dark times had begun. There's Jesus praying. Here's Judas right here, kissing Jesus to let the guards know that that's the one they're looking for, and they're taking Jesus away. So this is God's message right here. It says, "Lean on me, my son. I am with you. Together we will change darkness to light and sadness to joy. You are the Savior of my children. Through you, our kingdom will live forever." Friends, this story always makes me sad, always breaks my heart, but we have joy at the end because God always wins. God always wins. So I hope you enjoyed this story. tune in tomorrow for us to read about what happens after they arrest Jesus. Okay, friends, have a great night.